What's up, friends? Welcome back to KimmyDTV Tips and Tricks Living Your Best Life. In this video, I'm going to be demonstrating how you can apply for a license to practice nursing in the state of Texas if you are already holding a license in another state. So this is for LPNs or RNs who wish to eventually practice nursing in the state of Texas. There are a few steps that you have to go through, and I know this video was requested by my viewers, so first of all, thank you so much for requesting, and without further ado, here we go. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to type in your search bar the Texas State Board of Nursing. Okay, so once you type that into your search engine, you're going to be led to this page, and you're going to click on the first page that sends you to www.bon.texas.gov, as you see right here. There are several hyperlinks below that you can click, which further tells you which link that you want to specifically go to, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to be clicking on this first link here. And this will lead me to the Texas Board of Nursing landing page, okay? So once I'm on the Texas Board of Nursing landing page, I'm going to hover over the licensure tab, and I'm going to click on endorsement, okay? So once I reach the endorsement page, it just quickly gives me a definition of endorsement, which it is essentially saying that it's a process of issuing a permanent license without further examination. Okay, so to answer the question one of my viewers asked is that no, you do not need to take the NCLEX over again. Once you take the NCLEX, whether it's for LPN or RN, you essentially never have to take this exam again. Okay, you can work in whatever state you want in the United States, and in some instances, certain countries. So that's why it's very important to study hard for this test, because once you study for it, you can just apply to work in whichever state you want by endorsement. Okay, so the next thing we're going to read here is the requirements to be eligible for licensure by endorsement. So the number one requirement is that you have to have graduated from an approved licensed practical nurse or registered nursing program, and you would have to have taken the appropriate U.S. examination, which is the NCLEX, sometime in the previous 4 years prior to the application, or either if you have worked in nursing. Okay, so the next section goes over ineligibility. So what makes you not allowed to apply for a Texas license? So for example, I will be ineligible to apply for a Texas license by endorsement because I already hold a Texas nursing license, okay? So what I would have to do is either renew or reactivate my Texas license. So for those of you guys who may not know, I do hold a license in New York and Texas now. So I'm just saying, when I had to apply for a Texas license again, I have to renew it. It doesn't make any sense for me to apply for Texas license by endorsement because I'm ineligible, because I already hold a Texas license, okay? Another factor that identifies you as ineligible for licensure by endorsement is if you did not graduate from an approved nursing program. So for those of you all who are international students, you can click on this hyperlink, which is non-approved international schools. So that is a great point to highlight. So let's say you are, for example, I'm just giving an example. Let's say you live in Jamaica and you are in nursing school, but you eventually want to practice in the state of Texas, and you want to make sure everything is okay. If you click on this link, it just brings you to some schools that they do not accept. So these are the two schools as of now, July 9, 2020, that they do not accept. So make sure you pay attention to that when you are picking your nursing school, for those of you all who are international students. Okay, so the next thing is if you have not taken the national nursing license examination, NCLEX, you cannot apply for licensure by endorsement. So you must have had passed the NCLEX, okay? So once you have found out and you have ascertained that you are actually eligible to apply for licensure by endorsement for the state of Texas, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to apply, okay? So right now it looks like they want you to apply online, because it says right here, May 29th, 2020 is the last day we accept any paper application, okay? So there you go. So it's gonna have to be online. So the first step they highlight here is that make sure that you have read the licensure eligibility section, and we've already read that. So let's say we are eligible, okay? So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to complete the online application at Nurses Endorsement Application. So you're going to click on that link, and it's going to send you to this page, which basically is you're going to click on the Texas Nurse Portal, and basically you're going to start to create an account. But I already created an account, so it's not going to let me. You're going to agree, and you're going to say no, because at this point you don't have a Texas license, and you're going to have to put your email address and everything. So I already have it. So it's pretty self-explanatory when it comes to the application. But of course, if you have need any help, just email me, Facebook me. That's the best way to reach me, honestly. So if you need any specific help with that, but they're not going to allow me to submit an account, because I already have an account with the Texas State Board of Nursing. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is, I believe the nurse endorsement is about $186, I believe. So make sure you're prepared to pay that, okay? So it says right here, the Texas Board of Nursing will issue a one-time 120-day temporary license if you are eligible within 15 business days of receipt of the completed application and fee. So that includes the $187, okay? So the next step is you're going to want to complete your criminal background check. So that is step 4. Okay, so according to this right here, you're going to click this if you are a Texas resident. And if you are not a Texas resident, most likely you are not, because you're applying for licensure by endorsement. You're going to click this because you're not residing in Texas. Or if you are, then you click the other link, and it basically tells you who the CBC is. What the CBC is, which is a criminal background check. Okay, and it tells you that the results are directly sent to the BON by DPS and FBI. So it cannot be sent by the applicant. So there's no printing out fingerprint cards and giving it to the facility. It is electronically sent, so you don't have to worry about printing out cards, sending it, whatever. And how you get the criminal background check is you click on this link, and it's going to ask you to schedule an appointment. And then on the screen prompt, when the screen prompts, you're going to enter your zip code. Okay, on the screen that prompts for your zip code, it says click the pay for ink cards submission button, and it's basically self-explanatory. Once you click the link, one will lead to the other, and you're going to schedule or manage an appointment. You're going to fill out this whole thing, your first and last name. You're going to click next. They're going to ask you some questions about citizenship and all of those factors. And once you have filled that all out, once you have filled that all out and paid your fee, I don't know how they're doing it now, but sometimes you could pay the fee online, or sometimes you pay the fee once you get to the location. But based off of your zip code, they're going to give you various locations where you can actually get these fingerprints completed. So that will be your next step. Okay, so let's say you've clicked on those websites, you've went through it all, and let's say tomorrow, okay, or next Monday, you already have your appointment to get your criminal background check done. Great. You got your fingerprint appointment done. Great. That's awesome. So and then this right here is just saying if you don't have a U.S. Social Security number, what to do. So, you just read and click on whatever link is applicable to you. So the next step is step number 5, and this is the nursing jurisprudence examination in Texas. So it's just basically you must pass the Texas nursing jurisprudence examination. I already took it as an LPN. I don't know if I'll have to take it as an RN and become an RN, but you just, after you file an endorsement application, you wait 15 business days, okay? And it says, while you wait, prepare for the exam. So you can, it says it recommends that you view a copy of the Nursing Practice Act and Board Rules of Regulation on the website, okay? So on the website, you can look for those documents right here to study for this exam, okay? So you can even Google nursing jurisprudence exam preparation, and I'm sure something will come up and you'll be able to navigate it more easily there. And then you're gonna take the online, or you could look at that, you could even take the online jurisprudence prep course on the board's website. Okay, I think you have to pay for that, I'm not sure, but to be honest with you, I feel like if you have been a nurse for a while, or you have recently passed NCLEX, I feel like you can pass the nursing jurisprudence. Honestly, I probably studied for that for a total of, 15 minutes or less. So it's not hard at all. Okay, so it says this examination takes a maximum of 2 hours in length. If you are not successful in passing the exam, or if it locks up, you may retake the exam after 24 hours have elapsed from the previous attempt. Okay, the cost of the examination is including your application fee, so you don't have to pay anything for that. But honestly, in my opinion, the jurisprudence exam is quite simple. If you have practiced nursing before, or you have taken NCLEX recently, it's quite simple. Okay, but feel free to take a prep course if that makes you comfortable. But I feel like it's kind of unnecessary, but it just depends on what you're comfortable with. Okay, so the next step you're going to do is you're going to complete a verification of licenses. Okay, so basically that is just the way for Texas to verify that you do actually hold a license in New York, if you have a license in New York. So whatever state for example, I hold a license in New York. So in order for me to tell them that I hold a license in New York, they want to verify from another servicing agency. So one of those databases is, you can go to the National Database of Nurses, NURSYS, and you will complete a verification request and pay the appropriate fee. I'm not sure how much the fee is, but because this is online, I can't really give my information. You just type in your last name, your first name, and your license type. For example, I would put PN, and if I want to look for my number, I put Texas. But actually, when I input this in, which I did recently before making this video, my New York license popped up and my Texas license popped up. And then on the next page, you're going to select the state which you want to send that verification to. So let's say I type in my first and last name and I click New York, since that's where I live. I press search, and then you're going to see my last name, my first name pop up, and then it's going to give my license number, and it's going to say the state of New York, and then I click on it, and I say, yes, that's me, and I press next. And then the next page is going to say, okay, it's going to give me a list of states, and it's going to say, which state do you wish to send this verification to? And I'm going to click Texas. And then it's going to ask for payment. I don't remember how much it costs. It shouldn't cost that much. I think it's about $35 to $50 per state, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really remember. But once you fill that out, you will see, and then you review and payment, and then that's it. And then it electronically sends your verification to the State Board of Texas, State Board of Nursing in Texas. Okay, so that is the verification. And step number 7 just highlights international candidates and tells you each of these, all the fees, a completed criminal history report, the original credential evaluating services. This is basically saying that, they want the credential evaluation services to fully go over with whichever school that you went to make sure that it is approved, okay? So it says an original credential evaluation service, full education course by course report sent directly from an approved organization. Okay, so the board accepts this from this website, so it's almost like nurses, but this is just to ensure that your international education was sufficient in accordance to the Texas State Board of Nursing. So you would click on any of these websites. Let's say for example, I click on this website, and it will lead me to a page, and you select service by your state or by your profession, and you will input all your information from your school in your country, and you should have no problem there. Okay, so step 8 is, last but not least, the BON will review your application for a permanent nursing license after we receive each of your following. So after your full application is completed, after you've paid all your fees, so that means the criminal background check fee, the fee to actually apply for endorsement, which is about $87, the fee to on nurses.com right here to verify the licenses that you actually hold, the state that you actually hold nursing license in. After you've completed your criminal background check, after is verification from all states, territories, countries, and provinces, and after you pass a nursing jurisprudence exam, you will officially have the license. Okay, so processing time for this review takes within 15 business days of receipt of the last item that completed your application. So keep that in mind. If you have a job that you've applied to or anything of that nature, keep in mind that takes 15 business days. So this is a process where you do not want to delay. You want to really go at it. And I hope that this video was extremely helpful for you all. If you guys want me to make a second video on if you had a Texas Board of License, how to renew it, about CEUs and stuff from accrediting agencies, let me know. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy this kind of video, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.